Hello, ho, ho, everybody. Eric Switzer here for another episode of your favorite game, joined by my two jolly co-hosts, Jingle George.
Ho, ho, ho.
And the gamer's editor-in-chief, Slaybell Stacey.
Ho, ho, hello indeed.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful Christmas time. We're here to talk about the big man himself, Santa Claus, and video games that feature Santa Claus. You guys have Santa over there in the UK, right?
Yeah, of course.
You heard of him?
Yeah,
Hey,
he's fairly known.
Anybody else believe in Santa like way, way, way too late in life?
No, I was pretty openly told. Ask for what you're getting.
I love that you said believe in him way too late, as if you didn't believe in Santa, and then at like 12 you had an epiphany. I'm like, no, it must be Santa Claus.
I don't know at what age you are meant to accept that Santa's not real, but I do know that I was on board with the lie for far too long. I have a very vivid memory of seeing Santa fly across the sky. I know that this is not, I know this didn't really happen. I had a dream as a youth about Santa, and it stuck with me in a way that made me believe I saw Santa. But now I'll tell you the sad story of how I learned that Santa wasn't real. Because I told that story in 5th grade to one of the classroom moms. I don't know if you guys have classroom moms, but like
absolutely not.
Teacher assistants, I think they would be called.
Okay, so the way that it worked in the suburbs was sometimes we would have, a party and people would bring in food and stuff, and the teacher couldn't handle it all, so somebody's mom would just show up to school and just like be in class that day. And I told that story to somebody's mom in at the Christmas party in 5th grade, and she was like, "No, you didn't." No, I don't think you saw Santa. And I went home and I asked my mom if Santa was real, and she told me, if you believe in him, he is. And that's sort of when I figured out what was really going on. So sorry, listeners, if I popped your bubble there. I'm sure some of you out there might still believe in the big man. But what about you guys? When did your parents go? Because a lot of my friends, their parents were just like, "Oh yeah, we're not doing Santa anymore. You're old enough."
Yeah, I think it was pretty much like that for me. I think at a certain age it became, we're the ones getting you these presents. So
yeah, was that before the 5th grade?
Stop asking for a pool table.
I was definitely like lower age than 10. Younger is the word I'm looking for. Younger than 10.
I have a younger sister who's 5 years younger than me. It's quite a big age gap. There's only two of us. So I think I remember being told in a kind of, we think you figured it out, and if you haven't, then guess what? But like, I think to stop me asking in front of my sister, who obviously was much younger and was like fully of the belief in Santa. So yeah, I actually can't. I think at that point I was like, oh yes, of course I knew it was you. I didn't think it was Santa.
Crying on the inside.
And then kind of went, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That would explain that, like, would explain that copy of Crash Bandicoot I saw in the cupboard earlier.
Right. Yeah. The extra embarrassing thing for me, if that wasn't embarrassing enough, is that I had already found all the Easter candy that the Easter Bunny supposedly brought like years before that. So I was onto the Easter Bunny, but for some reason still thought Santa was real.
See, that's weird. Easter Bunny is not a thing really in the UK.
Okay. No, like we say the Easter Bunny and you buy chocolates, but like your parents get you the eggs. That's not like a...
You don't pretend that there's an Easter Bunny?
No, the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, but not the Easter Bunny, I don't think.
Right. Well, we love Santa. We love Coca-Cola.
We love AI-generated adverts.
So let's talk about some games. Santa has appeared in a number of games over the years. Not as many as I thought when I started looking into this. Because as soon as we came up with this topic, I was like, oh yeah, I can think of a few. And then I didn't really find that many more than that.
No, I struggled a little bit. I've got some good picks, but
I've got a handful.
But, you know, games aren't made to be played once a year like a Christmas movie. So I guess it makes sense that Santa isn't a big player in the video game space. But he's been around. So let's get into it. Stacey, what is your favorite game with Santa Claus?
So my favorite game with Santa Claus is Saints Row 4, or more specifically, the DLC pack, How the Saints Stole Christmas.
Saints Row 4 is the newest one?
No, the newest one is just called Saints Row, and it would be Saints Row 5 unless you count Get Out of Hell as a real Saints Row, which I don't. The last real good one.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't know anything about Saints Row, so...
Really?
I mean, I'm not surprised Santa's in it. I know.
Let me blow your mind with the plot. You are the President of the United States.
Okay.
That's how Saints Row 4 starts. How Saints Row 3 starts is there's a bomb falling, and you have to disarm it while it's in midair. But anyway, Saints Row 4, you are the President of the United States. And you become President after you fall through the roof of the White House into the Oval Office, and everyone just kind of goes, yeah, you can stay. There's an alien invasion, Zinyak, and he kidnaps Santa Claus and replaces him with Claus. That's Claus as in like, and was spelled with a Z.
Edgy.
One of your party, probably having seen Santa Claus in the sky as a child, still believes in Santa Claus, and you, the player, that's player with an A, that's how they spell it, you don't. You're like, this is ridiculous. So you have to take down the evil Claus, who's working for Zinyak, while rescuing the real Santa Claus from an alien.
Yeah.
And then when you rescue him, he's like, you don't have the spirit of Christmas in your heart. I don't like you. So you have to prove to him that you believe in Christmas. One of the ways you do this is there is a door that is entirely made of candy cane, and you can't open it. You have to lick through it.
Oh my god, I forgot
And you
about
have
that.
to manually, in the real world as a player, push X to lick over and over again for about 5 minutes of real time before the door goes away, so you can enter the gingerbread house and start to experience the loving joy of Christmas.
God,
How did it make you feel when you were playing this?
I love the Saints Row game. I love how stupid they are. Because the plot, like the Alien DLC plot, that's not like a new thing. The President and the Alien thing, that's in the base game.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing's just very odd.
Stupid.
Yes, the alien loves Shakespeare. There's a whole level where you're in VR as a toilet while he does the Macbeth speech. You just have to be okay with it being incredibly stupid.
It is wild to me that Eric has not played Saints Row and is hearing about this sort of stuff for the first time.
And
how do you even absorb that?
And then there's Nightblade and the Sexy Nun. Mm-hmm. So how the Saints Stole Christmas, it's basically just they take the area of town and then just like throw Christmas at it. It's snow, candy canes, snowmen. You get loads of like snow or Christmassy based weapons. There's Christmas trees. All of the, what's it called? The Genki Bowl? There's a Christmas Genki Bowl. Genki Bowl is a murder contest where you have to kill things to get style points by like hitting their heads off and they go through hoops. The reindeers all don't have heads. Is another thing. Claus's reindeers, they just have like a neck and then blood spurts out of it. It's really Christmassy.
Yeah.
No, it's quite a jolly time, I think. I like it.
And it sounds like Santa is kind of a prick.
Basically, I can't remember exactly how it works, but it's basically it's a little bit like. Have you ever read American Gods?
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman. So you know how in American Gods it's like Odin is dying out. No one believes in Odin anymore, and the new god is credit cards.
Right.
It's kind of like that. Like people don't believe in Santa anymore. People have been I can't remember why. The explanation given in the world is people don't believe in Santa Claus anymore. I think, oh, just your parents buy them, etc. Because there's some kind of curse, I think. Is that right? But Chaundi, one of the like main crewmates, believes in Santa Claus, always has, always will, and they keep Santa alive, so Santa needs you to help him grow. It has been a long time since I've played it, but I know it's like keeping the spirit of Christmas alive is basically you meet Santa Claus and he says, "You don't believe in me enough. I need you to believe in me more. Go do Christmas thing. Having met me is not enough proof that you believe in me. You need to go and like throw some snowballs at a toy shop."
Very Japanese style video game, but not a Japanese game.
Yeah. Just stupid. That's why we love Saints Row, R.I.P.
Yeah.
We do. And yet
Did
you hate
Santa come
Borderlands.
back in the new one?
Borderlands is,
No.
I don't know. Saints Row is different to Borderlands. It's not trying so hard, I don't think.
That's true. I would agree with that.
just
No,
done
Santa
like
Claus
that.
is not in the new one. The new one is like a soft reboot, so not like none of the weird stuff's in the new one, which I think is a big miss. Like there's no aliens, it's more like Saints Row 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 were GTA, but we get a bit silly with it. And then 3 was superpowers, 4 was aliens. So I'd say, nah, we're not competing with GTA anymore, we're just gonna be daft. But the first 2 games were pretty normal. You're in a gang town. It's like you get betrayed by a gang, you shoot people. But occasionally they'd be like, you need to drive this truck and spray feces all over the bank.
Yeah.
Saints Row 2 is the best one.
It's
For
not,
sure.
but Saints Row 2...
It is.
It's not. I love the students. 3 and 4 are better than 2.
2, 4, 3, 1. We don't count Get Out of Hell as a
not-
reboot.
I know, I wouldn't. I would have the reboot bottom.
Okay, yeah, well, fine. It's so bad, bottom, instant pick.
Do we like when Santa's a little sassy?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it depends. I like the kind of like the bad Santa vibes when it's clearly not actually Santa. You know, like obviously in Bad Santa, it's just like a
Yeah.
guy. I think that's quite a funny trope, like a little riff on the kind of Miracle on 34th Street thing. But I like my Santa jolly. I think it's the one time of year
Yeah.
where you're allowed to just be a wholesome thing.
I agree. I was always put off by, even in like the old Rudolph movie, Santa was kind of grumpy.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's his problem?
This guy's deal.
Nah, I like a sassy Santa.
Yeah. You like a little bit of edge on your Santa
Yeah, you
Claus?
gotta not as far as like bad Santa, but you know he's crushed under the weight of delivering presents. There's characters
Existential Santa Claus.
I don't want to imagine that Santa's job is a burden to him. All right. Like I understand that, you know, labor enslaves all of us in some form or another.
This is jolly. I like this.
I only want to think about Santa. He's doing it for the love of the game, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's paying Santa. Nobody's
Like-
paying Santa.
Milk and cookies.
We're paying him in milking. Well, that's a tip.
Yeah.
Santa thrives on tips, like most of the
These
US
days he just
workers.
turns around an iPad with how many glasses of milk do I get?
Wow. The original tip economy. All right, George.
I did pick an edgier one, but no, I like my Jolly Santas.
I also picked an edgy one because my favorite game with Santa is Hitman.
yeah.
So yeah, Hitman's an obvious one, I know, but
Can you do a different one? I picked this one.
okay,
do
I
Bully.
do have another one. Bully is on my list, but my runner-up was Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
For-
Oh, no,
Christmas
do
Town Santa.
Hitman. Go back.
I figured I wouldn't choose Kingdom Hearts because he's
No,
not
no,
really an original Santa. But what I love about it, one, Christmas Town. So in the first Kingdom Hearts, you visit Halloween Town. It's really cool. One of the highlights of that game. One of the best worlds.
Probably the best
And
one,
then-
yeah.
Probably the best world. Kingdom Hearts 2, they bring it back, which is really cool. I always love when they do that, except for Olympus Coliseum, which can leave out Kingdom Hearts 4, please. And then when you go to Halloween Town this time, obviously following the plot of the film, there's also Christmas Town where Jack goes to. And you go there, you get completely different outfits. It's just covered in snow. The music's jolly. And then you meet the real Santa. And what I've always loved about it, you know, we were talking about sassy Santas, and this is what came to mind.
He's very sassy.
He's very sassy because he straight up just tells Sora. It sounds like fanfic when I say it out loud. He straight up tells Sora, he's like, "You were on the naughty list because you didn't believe me in this year," and just Sora's devastated.
So it is. It's Saints Row.
yeah, they're the same. We need Sora to believe more, I guess. But Sora's so excited about it, and I think that's, what Kingdom Hearts does well is it captures. You wouldn't agree, Stacey. I know you wouldn't. I'm just going to ignore your opinion. It captures the spirit of Disney very well. Like the jolly vibes, the oh my god, I'm in this world. You're shaking your head. It's so true. Everyone who likes Kingdom Hearts agrees. And I think...
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Ask any Kingdom Hearts fans, what do they think of Arendelle or the Toy Story world?
Well,
I rest my case. Go on with your Christmas thing.
Anyway, there are select worlds that capture it really well, and they're usually when Sora actually properly interacts with the characters. It's not like just repeating the events of the movie. There's unique dialogue, and Sora talking to Santa is probably one of the best of those, I'd say.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Take that, Steve.
First of all,
I haven't played two. I can't comment. I think Nightmare Before Christmas is a great movie.
Just like in the movie, Santa is just pissed through this whole thing. He's like, "What? I don't have time for any of this. Take me home right now."
He's kidnapped, isn't he? Is he kidnapped in the game?
Yeah. By Oogie Boogie.
Yeah. I love the Halloween Town turns into Christmas outfits. Because they all become monsters in Halloween Town, and then they go to Christmas Town and they just get dressed up Christmassy, but they're still monsters.
Yeah, still got the fangs and dark emo eyeshadow. Yeah. I love it.
There's a great boss fight out in front of the Christmas tree. What's that guy called?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, but I know after that's Oogie Boogie, which is an okay boss fight where you're in Santa's factory.
That one's
the presents
whatever,
up.
but the Nightmare Before Christmas bosses are very cool. I liked that they kept Halloween Town pretty much the same as the first game and then added the forest and Christmas Town. Made it feel like a consistent world. Good one. Okay, now I get to talk about Hitman.
Whatever.
I knew there wasn't going to be enough of these to go around. I was hoping you were going to pick Bully, because Bully's a good one too.
This is the first time we've had a double pick, I think.
Possibly. Yeah, we've had similarities before.
Possibly.
Well, they've been on the same list, but we've never had it where, you said the one I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay, so there's actually two good Hitman ones. The first one was in Blood Money, where you have to dress up as Santa to sneak around a Christmas party, basically. Like an office Christmas party, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is.
But the better one is Holiday Hoarders.
From that's what I was going to talk about.
From Hitman 1, Hitman World of Assassination. Have you played this one, Stacey?
No, is there not one in 2?
Well, they kept bringing it back.
Oh, okay. Well, then I've played it via 2.
Okay, yeah. So this is you go back to Paris, the fashion show level from Hitman 1.
The best level from Hitman 1.
Fashion show / auction house. It's more of an auction, I think, in the Christmas version. But it's all decorated for Christmas. You're there to stop Harry and Marv from stealing all the Christmas presents. And meanwhile, Santa is there teleporting around, leaving presents. It's very cool. So if I remember correctly, all the stuff that Harry and Marv are stealing are like symbols of the other levels.
I think so. It has been a while. I remember the teleporting very
well. They represent the different levels. And then meanwhile, so they're just stealing stuff. They're not stealing the presents. They're just stealing like objects. And one of the challenges is to steal the stuff before they do. But meanwhile, Santa is leaving presents all around. And those presents are like bricks, katanas, hand grenades. I think one of them is just poison. So Santa's leaving you presents that you can use to kill these guys. You can sneak up on Santa and take him out and then dress as Santa, which is very fun. But I think you also just get the Santa Claus outfit for doing all the challenges. Really cool reuse of one of the best levels already.
Yeah.
But just like trying to sneak up on Santa, because if Santa sees you, he'll teleport away. I don't know. It's funny. I like that one a lot.
I always like it. Hitman obviously follows a very well-known design, but I feel like World of Assassination they really weren't afraid to mix it up and do fun things with it. Like Monaco jumps to mind. But having I know Santa's not the target, but of course anyone can be the target. Having one that teleports around and just isn't remotely human. Like, I love it when IO does stuff like that, when they mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hitman's always at its best when it allows itself to be silly inside a very serious framework. Because if it gets too daft, it doesn't work. 'Cause it needs to have defined rules that the world kind of works by, but it also needs to allow for the kind of sim ridiculousness of it all. It needs to allow for you to go, actually, one I remember from 3 is like, yeah, I want to just crush this guy in the wine press.
Yeah.
And you can just use the world. And I think Santa that is like I guess the mixture of like fantasy and serious, which works really well.
I remember one of the challenges is you have to hit Harry with a brick 3 times. So you have to knock him out and then wait for him to wake up and then knock him out again. And I think you can blow both of them up together. Because they're taking the presents and then taking them to like the basement and stashing them down there. And if you wait until they're both down there, you can just blow both of them up at the same time. And then also you can escape out of the chimney. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
That's cool.
The chimney becomes an exit route. Yeah.
Only if you're dressed as Santa, though,
Yeah.
I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Super
God,
fun.
I love it when they have fun with it.
Okay, who wants to talk about Bully?
I
we had a
actually have
fourth host-
another runner-up
Really? Okay.
to talk about.
I had a different one as well, but I do love Bully more than the one I picked.
Bully's a good one as well. It is on my list. But Fortnite's Sergeant Winter is very cool. We don't talk about Fortnite much, but
No.
Let's keep that trend going.
Go on.
No. When they do their winter event, they're very, like, Epic is always really good at the winter events. And I think they didn't have him in last year's one, Sergeant Winter, which is their militaristic Santa Claus, but you can find him around the map and he chucks out presents. It's never like anything super helpful, but for something like Fortnite, which I always feel for me is a Christmas game, as weird as that sounds, just because it's, when you get to the end of the year and you're not trying to play every game that's released. So I
do understand that vibe. Yeah, you run out of new stuff to play and you don't want to start anything like big over the holidays, so you just play something.
Live service catch up time. Yeah, that's Fortnite for me. So whenever it does the winter events, those two combined are just very cool.
Yeah.
What was your other one, Stacey?
Mine is the classic video game. The video game, Elf Bowling. Remember Elf Bowling?
Oh my god!
Of course.
I remember the
Love
memes.
it, Elf Bowling. People haven't played Elf Bowling because you grew up with the wrong kind of computer. You play as Santa Claus and it's a bowling game, but the pins are elves.
Yeah.
And they made a movie about it. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Did they?
Tom Kenny plays Santa in the Elf Bowling movie.
What?
And he has an evil brother called Dingle Kringle.
Oh,
This is real. This is a real thing that happened.
I hate that.
I think Elf Bowling is just a really cool one because I think before video games took over the world, like when I was a kid, like I didn't have a Switch already because it didn't exist. You like maybe had a Game Boy, but you didn't just. Games weren't as everywhere. There was no live service game. There was no iPad time. There's none of that.
Yeah.
And it was just like a game that was on the family computer that wasn't just solitaire. It was like funny. It was a little bit edgy.
Yeah, they'd turn around and smack their butts.
Yeah.
George likes that.
I hate everything I'm hearing about this. I'm
Do
too
you
young.
ever play? You're too young. You never play Elf Bowling.
I've seen the memes.
You are too young, aye.
Yeah, maybe I am too young for this.
You grew up with iPad time.
No, God no, I wasn't that young. I still had a crappy PC and played SpongeBob movie games on it. Well, that's it.
The Jack and Dexter Flash game. Elf Bowling, just a real, like, we're never ever going to, that's never going to come to any of that category, do you know what I mean?
No,
That's never ever going to pick it for any of that category, so I just thought, chuck that in there.
Yeah.
I will talk about
I never
Saints Row in
hear
the future, I'm
Dingle
sure.
Kringle again.
I've never seen the movie, I can't attest if it's good.
Okay, my recollection of Bully is that there is an alcoholic mall Santa.
Rudy,
There's a
I think.
hobo Santa, and he wants your help to run out the mall Santa so he can get the job. right? And also just harassing kids around town with snowballs, basically.
Yeah, the winter season, you can just pick up snowballs and throw them at anybody. It's a big the roundabout. Or what do you guys call that? You don't call it a roundabout.
Yeah, roundabouts. Yeah.
You have a roundabout. Okay, I thought Americans had a weird name for them. Like it has a big Christmas tree in the middle of it. So it's not like an abandoned dirt track anymore. There's like all the really thick snow. Jimmy gets little earmuffs, I think.
Yeah, you get loads of outfits.
Yeah, I love.
Was this before the movie Bad Santa or after? Do you think?
I think before. I think it was 2000.
Fully 2011. I want to say. Oh,
the scholarship edition.
I'm way off.
Scholarship edition.
That's maybe what I'm thinking of. Bad Santa, I'm pretty sure it's 2008.
2003 Bad Santa.
Oh god, miles off with years.
Yeah, well, Bully was 2005, right?
Bully was 2006.
I don't even know anything.
It's so close.
It's kind of doing it. It kind of is Bad Santa, right?
Yeah,
not exactly the same, but kind of the same. Yeah. ClayFighter, another game that's before George's time.
No, I've heard of ClayFighter.
Have you heard of it, George?
I've seen it on like YouTube videos of worst fighting games, I think. If I'm thinking of
have you ever seen Sumo Santa?
No.
Yeah, ClayFighters is a fighting game.
Yeah, was it bad? Because if so, then I've probably seen it somewhere.
I think it's great. It's also one of the most expensive Super Nintendo games, ClayFighter Championship Edition or whatever.
Turbo Edition.
One of the most expensive Super Nintendo.
Oh, I hate that.
Turbo
Eric
Edition.
has just sent me a photo of Sumo Santa and
Of
I
Sumo
don't think I
Santa.
like Santa anymore. If I believed in Santa
He's
and I saw
a
that, I would not believe in Santa anymore.
Well, and you wouldn't get the spirit of Christmas in either Kingdom Hearts 2 or the Saints Row 4 How the Saints Stole Christmas.
George, I was surprised you picked Hitman. Not surprised you picked Kingdom Hearts, but also surprised you didn't pick Pizza Tower.
Is Santa in Pizza Tower?
Santa in Pizza Tower.
Well, my research said Santa's in Pizza Tower, but I haven't played that game, so maybe I shouldn't have brought it up.
I'm trying to think of
Never
all the level
mind.
themes. There's probably a Christmas wintry one. Like Pizza Tower goes everywhere.
Okay.
There is spoiler, like breaking the fourth wall a little bit. We're recording this a little bit early. Astrobot has Santa in it by the point that people are listening to it.
Yeah.
We haven't played it yet.
Santa-bot?
Yeah.
Secrets of Mana has a whole Santa quest boss fight thing.
We're not any of the secrets.
So Santa is trying to bring back the spirit of Christmas.
Common theme with this guy.
He's planted some magic seeds that are going to grow into a magical Christmas tree and make everybody feel the Christmas spirit. But then the seeds grow into an evil tree and transform him into Demon Santa, and then you have to fight him.
That tracks.
Weird game.
Very anime aesthetic. The Mana games.
Yeah. Dead Rising 4, George, you want to tell us about that?
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about Dead Rising 4.
Tell us about Dead Rising 4.
Why do we always do
didn't want to talk
this?
about Snow either.
No, I think his name is Sadistic Claus. He's Dead Rising 4's version. The whole thing is terrible. The whole game is terrible. It's this game's version of Psychopaths. I think they call them... Oh, God, I can't remember what they called them. It was so stupid. But they're like cheaper, crap versions of Psychopaths, and Sadistic Claus is probably the only interesting one, but he's still just bad. It's just a bad boss fight, bad game, bad Santa, and not the fun bad Santa. Please stop making me talk about Dead Rising 4. I'm sick of it.
What about Bayonetta 2? It's a cool one with Santa. I need to pick that one as well.
Ooh, tell me about it.
So in Bayonetta 2, Rodin, one of the characters, it dresses up as Santa. It's a cool guy. It's purple skin, sunglasses, cigar, all that stuff. But you're not really sure from the way that like the level does it, because he's a classic Bayonetta character. They're not gods, but you know what I mean. Like they have like weird like superpower stuff.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like he basically like says, "Oh, I'm actually the real Santa. I do all the Santa stuff. That's me. That's like one of my powers. That's one of the things that I do." And you're never really sure if he's joking or like if in Bayonetta's world, that's actually what Santa is. Like that's why the Santa myth happens. I think that's
Okay.
just a cool way to do it, just to kind of be like, yeah, I might be the real Santa. Might just be a guy dressing up. You'll never know.
Nice.
Isn't that like the intro level from what I remember? Like early on?
Yeah, it's the opening scene. It's
Yeah.
Bayonetta walking along and she's got the Christmas bags.
Yeah. Bayonetta 2, a Christmas game. Who knew?
Yeah.
StarCraft Operation Claws, again CLAWS. The Zergrinch kidnapped Santa Claus. Yeah. I'm starting to get an idea of why we don't really do Santa that much. Maybe we don't really have that many good ideas for Santa. Here is a good one, though. Did anybody ever play Viscera Cleanup Detail?
No. I think I've heard of it.
No, I'm getting confused with serial cleaners.
Viscera Cleanup Detail, it kind of like predates the job sim genre. It's a little more like arcadey. It's not as simmy, but it's the same idea, and you're cleaning up gruesome murder scenes is the gimmick. They had a tie-in with Shadow Warrior. You're like coming in behind whatever his name is and cleaning up after him. This level is called Santa Rampage. and
Sadistic Claus has been here.
And Santa has had enough of the elves. We had a little workplace violence situation, and Santa has gone completely postal on his own workshop. And you're the crew coming in afterwards to clean up all the dead elves. Classic.
Cheers.
That's like Robot Santa. Futurama.
Robot Santa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to pervert our sweet, sweet Santa Claus, you know? I get
Miracle
it.
on 34th.
This is how we interact with the world of games, is through fists and blades. So
Is Santa Claus really just a Superman? That's it.
Santa
Everyone
Claus
wants to do evil Superman. No one wants to do nice Superman.
that's true.
He's
That's
too
true.
powerful for his own good, especially if you believe in him.
Are there any other Santa games you want to bring up?
I don't have experience massively with this, but I know Stardew Valley has a Santa. I know Animal Crossing, I believe probably all of them has
Toy, not all of them. It's not in the first one, I think. Toy Day, and it's not Santa Claus, it's Reindeer.
What's the reindeer's name? It's like starts with S, I think.
Satan Claus, I think. Oh, I'm scary. I can't remember what he's called now.
Sparkle Deer. Yeah.
Someone will know. Someone will tell us. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not into them, but they count.
Toy Day is cool. Toy Day
Maybe
is
somebody will
it's
just
good
make
Animal
a
Crossing
Santa game where you're just Santa, you know?
No, it'll be edgy Santa.
Days
guns.
Before was like that, wasn't it? Days Before was like a platformer where you play as Santa.
Did you ever play that game?
Yes, but I don't remember it. I feel like now you're going to tell me he kills everyone.
Yeah, he turns into a demon with horns and goes on a rampage.
Fair enough. Not that one then.
It's like Mario. Instead of mushrooms, instead of eating a mushroom and becoming Super Mario, he becomes Demon Santa with horns.
I don't remember that bit. I remember the old game.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, that's our favorite games with Santa Claus. I would love to know your favorite game with Santa Claus if
any
you
of
can
those
think of any
exist.
other ones. Yeah. Otherwise, that'll do it for this episode of Your Favorite Game. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, visit us at thegamer.com. That's The Gamer, no spaces.